and gentlemen, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth news update. This is a somewhat of a follow-up story, or a story that's on the heels of two reports that I did, one yesterday, one today, as it relates to the abuse of children. Now, the first article that I discussed with you was about a man and a woman who were arrested for sexually assaulting a 1-year-old child. And right on the heels of that, I came across an article that was on a blog, and the blog is, I think it's called Traffic Alerts .wordpress.com. I can't remember. You'll know when we cut to it. But it's not the fact that the legitimacy of where the article came from, but it's the information. If you are a mother, if you are a father, or if you just in any way have any compassion for children, this article is information that will fuel you to want to better protect your own children, will also have you to have a more compassionate care for innocent children that are out there that are being victimized by wicked, perverse, and sick adults. The story I'm going to share with you is about a man who literally advertised for sex with a 3-year-old child. And the article goes on to talk about other things that had happened, but it is really and truly a sobering message of how bad it really is out there, and that and where people's minds are and what they are thinking about and the things that they are coming up with. I mean, victimizing children. It's bad enough that when adults want to do these perverse things amongst themselves, but when you want to begin to include innocent children into this kind of thing, it just I really and truly get tongue-tied, and I get very, very, very vested for those innocent children who didn't make this choice, who are being victimized. I want you to really and truly listen to this story and pay really close attention to it. And the simple truth of the matter is, if the adults don't protect the children, who will? Who will? This has been the simple truth. And as I always tell you, it's the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound, but yet they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you, and I'll see you again real soon. Take a listen to this article, ladies and gentlemen. It's really, really going to touch you. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I was sharing with you. Now, I want to make it clear before I go into this article that I was talking to you about when I was getting some FaceTime with you here on The Simple Truth. And now we're getting ready to read this article. This comes from trafficalerts.wordpress.com. This is a blog of some sort, so I'm going to put this together. But more importantly, it's not as important to who is sharing the information. What is important is the information itself. It comes to us from August the 19th, 2013, just a couple of days ago. And the article is entitled, Idaho Man Advertised 3-year-old Girl for Prostitution on Craigslists. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you, ladies and gentlemen, that if you are a mother, if you are a father, or if you just have any compassion for a child out there, whether it be your own or just a child, period, an innocent child, this information is something that needs to be shared. Let's get into this article. Now, it says Jason Lloyd Shaber a 41-year-old Boise man who pled guilty to placing a Craigslist ad offering sex with a 3-year-old girl that he also sexually abused, was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison, followed by lifetime supervised release after pleading guilty in May to sexual exploitation of children by producing and distributing child pornography. According to the plea agreement, the investigation of Shaber's activities began in April 2012 after Boise police were contacted by a person who saw a Craigslist advertisement offering a 3-year-old child for prostitution. Officials say Shaber, the father of 2, posted several Craigslist ads online seeking sex for himself as well as the child. One of the sex ads stated, "Desperate times calls for desperate measures." Another ad, prosecutors say, had a graphic description of the prostitution plans with the child. "Hurry before your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity passes you by," the ad stated. Ladies and gentlemen, please forgive me because I am getting so torn up behind something as sick as someone that can do this. And this is a person, or this animal is a father. Let me continue. Investigators worked with Craigslist and Google and tracked the ads back to Shaber in mid-May, according to reports. Boise police investigators obtained a warrant to search Shaber's home, which they executed on May 31st, 2012. Shaber, who was issued a $1 million bond, has been in custody since his arrest. The plea agreement states that Shaber produced 26 sexually explicit images and videos of female minors who were less than 6 years of age, and distributed child pornography that he had produced himself or that he had obtained from the internet. The images and videos depicted actual and simulated intercourse, oral sex, and lascivious exhibition of the genitals and public area of the minors, according to the plea agreement reports said. Mr. Shaber well deserves the lengthy sentence the court imposed, said Olson. His horrific conduct victimized an innocent child. I applaud the quick and efficient work of the ICAC, Internet Crimes Against Children investigators, in this case. We hope for the ongoing recovery of the victims in this case. The case included investigators from the Boise Police Department, the Ada County Sheriff's Department, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Homeland Security Investigations, the Ada County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and other agencies. Shaber was originally charged in Idaho's 4th District Court before the case moved to federal court. A grand jury indicted him on 23 federal charges, most of them related to making and distributing child pornography. The case was brought as part of Protect Safe Childhood, a national incentive launched in May 2006 by the Department of Justice to combat the growing epidemic of child sexual exploitation and abuse. The child, who is known to Shaber, is in the custody of the state. All I can just say, ladies and gentlemen, is this is just despicable.